formations coming up over the field from the west side, about 8,000 feet high, these twin-engine bombers. And some of the guys looked at them and said, "Oh, look at the Navy up there." The Navy? Look at those red spots under the wings. Those are not Navy. Anyway, they pattern bombed the field. They just made one run, and the lead plane gives them the signal, and they all start dropping their bombs, and like hitting a checkerboard. And then they went on their way. They only made one run. But behind them came a bunch of dive bombers, single-engine bombers, Zeros, and they were diving and strafing and trying to get everything that was left there that the big bombers hadn't got, which they did a lot. They got most of our planes at that time. Jumped into a foxhole. By then there was one diving on me. So I started firing him, but I'd never fired a machine gun before. They didn't have any tracers, so I couldn't tell where I was hitting. So I went up and down and back and forth on him as he came by. And sure enough, after he passed out of his dive, he was on fire. And for this, I was awarded a Silver Star. Anyway, after fighting for 4 months, everything ran out. Ammunition, food, clothing, medicine, the whole thing. And so we ended up facing the surrender. On this march, it was a 65-mile forced march. They didn't issue us any food or any water. And these men, a lot of them were so weak, they'd go along so far and then just drop down on the side of the road because they couldn't go any further. Well, the Japanese guards would come along with a bayonet on his rifle and they'd poke him a little bit. If they didn't get up and go, they'd just push it through, then pull off the side of the road. There was dead bodies all along the route there, the 65 miles. And this, I guess, where it got its name for the infamous death march. A man would put a bayonet through a man, take his life, and not show any more emotion than you and I would stomping on a cockroach, you know. It's really hard when a man loses around 100 pounds. I weighed 180 pounds before the war, was in real good shape. And at one time I got down to 97 pounds. If you can imagine, just not much more than a skeleton. And I found a little Bible. It was just a small pocket-sized Bible, but it had the Old and New Testament in it, and I put it in my pocket quickly and kept it, and took it back down there with us.
They would do these strip searches, these shakedown searches where they would make you take off all your clothes and all your belongings and put them out in front of you, and everybody would stand in file just naked as the day you were born, so you couldn't hide anything. And they would always find my dad's Bible, and he got it back every single time and kept it to this day.
He literally witnessed prisoners sit down and die. He never gave up.
So he decided right there that he was going to forgive everything and everybody that did anything to him. He was going to come home and start his life anew and just not worry about it. He was trustworthy. He was loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. He was every one of those things.
He was so appreciative of this country and the freedoms we enjoy.
He often says, you know what, I'm not a hero, I don't consider myself a hero, I'm a very well-blessed survivor. He is truly our hero for everything else he's done.
I've known Harold for about 40 years and wouldn't have one bad thing to say about him.
He looked at everyone and he said, well, they tried to kill me, but they didn't succeed.
That in the 40 years, Harold Poole never had one cross word to say to me. We will all miss him a lot.
We had 200 men in our outfit, and out of the 200 men, only about 1/4 of them came back.